there are some key things that have brought me to where I am today, and what has really led to my success where I am today. And number one is really doing what you believe in, and doing something that you're passionate about, and doing what you love doing. I've always strived to really enjoy whatever it is I'm doing. I mean, my passion is really helping people in real estate, and doing a service to my community and my state, my country, because that's just kind of what I do when I'm passionate about. Whenever I go to work, it's not like time is dragging by. I mean, whenever you go to work, it shouldn't be work. It should be fun. You should enjoy what you're doing, and time should fly. And so I've really guided my career based on that. I thought I was going to be a stockbroker. I mean, going through college and even as far back as elementary school, I was dead on. I'm going to be a stockbroker. This is what I'm going to do. But as I got out into the real world, I didn't have fun doing that type of stuff. So that's not what I ended up doing. So I think that's really important. I think that's really what drove me, because if you're really passionate about something and you love what you're doing, and you have goals, then everything you do is going to be a step towards that goal. So that's really key. I mean, I think there's other things too. I mean, you have to be personable, you have to be truthful. I think people respect you whenever you tell them the truth. In real estate, if you talk to real estate agents, is now a good time to buy a house? I mean, most of the time you say, oh, it's a great time to buy a house. Market was crashing. Is it a good time to buy a house? Oh, it's a great time to buy a house. I mean, you have to tell people aren't stupid. You have to tell them the truth. You really have to tell them, what's going on if they asked you. And with that, you get credibility, and you don't have to compromise your morals. And that's another thing, is just not compromising. If you feel like you're in a position, if I was ever in a position where I had to compromise, or I was being asked to compromise my morals, I would just step back and just let it go. So I mean, those are some things. I mean, there's the drive to do it, but again, it's the passion and love for what you're doing which is going to drive you. In my opinion, that's what's driven me. So some other more basic things, I guess, would be just really kind of identifying the different areas where you should be putting your time to get to where you want to go. So setting your goals, and then planning as best you can on how to get and how to reach those goals. That's oftentimes a lot of people don't do that. They don't plan. As a real estate agent, you might get a house, or you might get a new subdivision, but you might personally not really plan on how you're going to market and sell it. There may be a plan that's laid out to you by your builder, which was kind of the sense for me, actually. They laid out the first marketing plan for us, and as the market changed, we didn't feel that was working. My partner and I didn't feel like that marketing plan was working. So we put together our own plan. And luckily for us, the builder allowed us to execute our plan as well as the builder's plan. And that really led us to maintain our rate of sales and to sell more homes and to maintain high customer service ratings. So you have to plan. You have to plan ahead. You have to think strategically.
Okay.
One of the things that has led me to be successful in my career has been my approach to business. And I think business is a people business. I've always been in sales. I've always been in close to real estate, if not in it. And I view real estate as being really a people business. And I've always focused on relationships and building relationships, as opposed to hitting sales quotas and transactions. It's just, I don't think as a salesperson, yeah, as a person, I'm not interested in selling anything. I'm interested in building relationships and solving problems, and helping people achieve their goals. And it's that thought. So someone may come in my office, and I'm not going to give them a hard sell and try to get them to close right now. That's just not what I do. And I've never, I have been successful at that. I've been very successful at that. But I haven't felt good about that. And if something doesn't feel right to me, then I just don't do it. So yeah, I've tried that, I've done that, and for me it didn't work. I don't think it's the right way to sell, because you could be pushing somebody in the wrong product. But that's me. So I think it's very important to focus on relationships and not focus on the transaction. One of the downsides is you're not going to get that. You're not going to make the sale today. You might not make it tomorrow. You might not make it in a month. It's taken me a year to close a deal in the house, to get someone in contract to buy a house. Then it took another 6 months to actually close the deal, right? But that family, for example, I know they love me, and they're always going to be my client. Yeah, forever. And they love the builder. They love the builder, and they love me. And as an agent, in being out there on the front line, you really do represent the builder. So it does benefit when we're talking in the new construction. You really do benefit if you take that approach as opposed to just a transactional approach.